Can you feel it in the wind? It's 1775 again. 9/11 terrorist-loving Muslim brother wife Ilhan Omar is still the congresswoman out of Minnesota. We watched her cinch her primary win again Tuesday, and the political analysis has been very confused ever since. On the one hand, you have members of the squad across the country getting the boot as more Americans say, enough with this radical Israel, anti-Israel, radical Islam crap. But the most radical of them, the queen of the squad, Minnesotans said, we'll keep her. She won her primary by 14 points. So what's going on? Why does Minnesota keep electing this woman? And why is Minnesota, the land of really nice people, so weirdly radical? Why is Minnesota such a hotbed of these idiots? Ilhan Omar, Tim Walz. It goes back to this premise. There is a pipeline of radical socialism pushed by people who like to control other people, going from Europe into Canada, and from there it's an easy hop over into these northern states. Migrating socialism. And places like Minnesota are the gateway states. Europe hates us because they ain't us, right? It's something they will never get over. The European mind cannot comprehend the American way of life, the freedom to eat what we want, the freedom to protect what we have. These things drive them crazy. They cannot, after all these years, comprehend why our ancestors left the mainland in search of something better, to build that better something. So it's always a curiosity, especially on the left, when European fetishism is prevalent in our politicians, which in turn gets forced and passed on to the people consciously or subconsciously. No, this is not everywhere in the United States, and yes, it would be easy to go after the two coastal elite states dominating leftist thinking and culture, New York and California, but these are easy targets and quite frankly aren't perfect encapsulations of what we are going to examine. Minnesota, not California, not New York. Minnesota is a baby's cradle for European socialism and radicalism in America today, lovingly, tenderly nursing some of Europe's worst and most totalitarian policies, the worst you've ever seen, right in the land of 10,000 lakes. Minnesota is pumping a different kind of crude, and it's a direct pipeline from Canada tracing back all the way to Mother Europa herself. The toxic Europa pipeline pumps and spews its waste into the North Star state, the only state in the Union that has a state flag modeled after a foreign nation. You see, European socialism is very attractive to two types of people: abusers and the abused. The abusers like to control people's lives. They're narcissists who insist on foisting their opinions on others with brute force. Whether this was through Nazism or communism, both were spread through Europe. Both ideologies made their way to the shores of the United States and infected the fringes of our political systems because abusers do not know borders. It's that typical tale. Abusive men are attracted to two kinds of girls: the broken girl with major daddy issues and the super naive nice girl who folds like a Hallmark card. Minnesotans aren't broken people. Minnesotans are Hallmark card people. They're nice and accommodating. Abusers and tyrants are attracted to Minnesotans like magnets. What easier victim to impose one's tyrannical impulses than the person who won't say no? This fosters a vicious cycle. It fosters an atmosphere where actual broken people, the radicals who want more big government, take notice and they flock to the state. Now, no conversation about Minnesota radicalism is complete without talking about their Muslim problem.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.